Hello, my name is Ann Morgan from Pinellas County, Florida. Today we're going to do a lesson on surface area formulas for the GED 2014. Today, the rectangular, prism, and pyramid episode. Do you ever feel this way? Are you sure you're not just making this stuff up? Or is this more you? I had my doctor do a DNA blood analysis, and as I suspected, I'm missing the math gene. Well, even if you're missing the math gene, we're going to get through our formulas today. Surface area. Surface area is defined as the combined area of all sides of a three-dimensional object. Volume isn't new, but surface area formulas are new on the GED 2014. In particular, the rectangular right prism and the cylinder. Here are the formulas. You have a formula page, an official formula page from the GED testing service attached to this handout. So if you have printed that out, you'll be able to have all the formulas. A rectangular right prism has three measurements that we use: length, width, and height. Here's the official formula. SA equals PH plus 2B. What does P mean? What about B? Let's talk about those so we can use them in the formula. P is the perimeter of the base. Big B is the area of the base. And H is the height. Now on the old formula page, these formulas, perimeter and area, were provided for you, but they will not be on the new GED 2014 formula page, so we need to memorize them. Remember, perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. The area of a rectangle is length times width. So let's use those formulas going forward. Here's one for us to try. We have a length of 12, a width of 5, and a height of 6. Let's take the left-hand side of the formula first, the P times the H, or the perimeter times the height. If you use the perimeter formula, 2 times the length, or 2 times 12, plus 2 times 5, you get 34. So 34 is our P, or our perimeter. The height is 6. So to multiply P times H, and remember, when two letters or variables are next to each other, it means multiply. So 6 times 34 is 204. On the right-hand side of the formula, we have 2 times B, or 2 times the base. Using the formula length times width, we get 5 times 12, or 60. Don't forget it's 2 times the base. So 2 times 60 would be 120. Now using our algebraic operations, now that we've got our two products, we're going to add 204 and 120 for a combined surface area of 324. Now sometimes on the GED, they'll be a little tricky, and they have what they call reverse order problems, or what I call backward problems. We're going to use the same formula and plug in the numbers that we know. Using algebraic operations, we'll solve for x, which appears to be the height that's missing in this rectangular prism problem. We know that the surface area here is 220. In a reverse problem, they will give you the surface area. So we're going to plug in what we know. Of course, we need to figure out the P, which is the perimeter. Again, 2 times 10 plus 2 times 5, which will give us 30. And we're going to multiply 30 times x for that part of the formula. We also have to do 2 times the base. For this problem, that's 10 times 5. And 2 times 50 would be 100. So now we have both parts of our formula. We'll use our algebraic operations to solve for x. So to review, 30x plus 100 equals 220. Of course, to solve for x, we need to eliminate everything but x. So the opposite of adding 100 is subtracting 100. Don't forget, in any equation, what you do to one side, you must do to the other side to keep balance. So now we're left with 30x equals 120. Again, the opposite of multiplying by 30 is dividing by 30. We must do so to both sides of the equation, and we end up with x equals 4. Very easy to do the reverse problems as long as you plug in the correct numbers. Now let's take our second figure, a pyramid. One thing I want to point out is the pyramids you will see on the GED 2014 have a square base. So we're still going to use our P and our B, but our formulas will be a little bit different, and again, they are not listed for you on the formula page. The formula for the surface area of a square pyramid is surface area equals 1/2 P times S plus B. P again stands for perimeter, but this time it's the perimeter of a square. The formula for a perimeter of a square is 4 times the side. We also have a new letter, S, for slant height. In this particular figure, you can see the slant height is 10. And B is still the base, but since it's a square, we have a different formula, side times side, for the area of the base. So going forward, let's use these formulas and see if we can solve for surface area of a square pyramid. First, let's find the P. 4 times 8, or 4 times the side, would give us 32. 1/2 of 32 is 16. Now we're going to multiply that times 10, which is the slant height, and add it to the base. The base for this problem would be side times side, 8 times 8, or 64. Now we have 1/2 of the perimeter, which was 16, times 10, the slant height, 160. Add that to the base, which was 64, and you have the surface area of 224. Easy as pie. Let's try a reverse order backward question. Again, just as we did in the rectangular solid, we're going to substitute the numbers that we know, use algebraic operations to solve for x. It appears in this problem the x is the slant height. We do have the base side measurement of 10. And our surface area is 340. So first, the perimeter is 4 times 10, or 40. We insert our x, and our base will be side times side, 10 times 10, or 100. So let's substitute the numbers that we have so far. 340 will equal half of the perimeter, which would be 20, times x plus b, or 100. Again, use opposite operations. Get rid of our 100 by subtracting 100 from both sides of the equation. That leaves us with 240 on the left, 20x on the right. To solve for x, divide both sides by 20. And our final answer is 12. Now it's practice time. Go ahead and try these problems on your own and pause the video until you're done to check your answers. And did you get the same answers as I did? Of course you did. Now let's try to practice a few reverse order problems. Again, pause. When you're finished, check your answers. That concludes our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed this grab and go segment. Please check the website for additional handouts and practice.
Thank you for tuning in to these GED Grab and Goes. These video segments are designed to give you, our teachers, information and ideas that you may use in the classroom as you're preparing your students for the new test. Stay tuned because there's more coming your way.